WPSD Local 6, your breaking news and weather authority. This is Local 6 Today in high definition.
It is 5:01. You're listening to Gotta Catch 'Em All from the animation Pokemon, and all of the characters are some of those you might see walking around the streets of Paducah this weekend.
May very well catch Pikachu or Ash in downtown Paducah this weekend, or at least someone dressed like them.
They look very much like the characters. They're really true to the character. An annual anime and gaming convention opens today, and we'll have details coming up in the next hour of Local 6 Today. It's always fun. I think Marissa's going to dress up for us this morning.
I can see that.
I can see it. It might be fun.
Stay tuned for that.
All right, thanks, Sean. Okay. Well, looking at what's new this morning, a Chinese newspaper is showing interest in speaking with Edward Snowden to discuss China's national security. This following Snowden's recent interview with the Hong Kong newspaper. In it, the self-claimed whistleblower alleges that the national security agency's hacking targets include hundreds in Hong Kong and mainland China. In today's editorial, the Global Times says the Chinese government should get more information from Snowden instead of sending him back to the United States. The United Kingdom, meanwhile, says Snowden is not welcome there. The British government has issued an alert to airlines around the world, urging them to not allow the former intelligence contractor to board flights to the UK. Snowden is thought to be in Hong Kong. The Obama administration has decided to send more firepower to Syria.
The White House says there's new evidence that President Bashar al-Assad used sarin gas against his own people. NBC's Tracy Potts brings us the latest.
Tracy Potts, NBC News, Washington.
Now, the American people seem to oppose the government's action.
And the latest NBC Wall Street Journal poll finds only 11% want to arm the rebels, while a quarter say we should do nothing at all.
Now, weather on the 6s.
6 minutes after 5.
Here's what's happening now. Fire officials say the Black Forest fire burning in Colorado is worse than last year's fire. That fire killed 2 people and burned nearly 350 homes. The fire northeast of Colorado Springs says so far killed 2 people and already destroyed at least 360 homes. The victims died yesterday while trying to evacuate. Officials have ordered nearly 40,000 people in El Paso County to leave the area. We also have some pictures to show you from El Paso County, Colorado. These photos show Humane Society officials rescuing animals from the wildfire. The animals included chickens, dogs, cats, cows, and even goats. There are other wildfires burning in Colorado, as well as in New Mexico, Oregon, and California.
And happening next, you can enjoy a Flag Day ceremony tonight in Marshall County, Kentucky. The group Marshall County Republican Women is hosting its 8th annual Flag Day ceremony at 6:30 tonight. It's going to be at the Memorial Plaza on the Bentoncourt Square. The event will recognize and honor representatives from all branches of service, including a Marshall County native, Major William Smith, and trading them in. Well, if you thought the world was crowded now, wait a few more years.
Yeah, numbers have just been released by the United Nations on the future world population, and we'll unveil the results after the break.
And Weather Authority John Champion's in next with your weather on the 6s. Right now it's 5:13. You're watching Local 6 Today.
7 billion people currently live on Earth. That number is likely to mushroom in a little over a decade.
That is according to new findings by the United Nations. NBC's Frances Kuo explains.
Frances Kuo, NBC News.
And speaking of getting crowded, the annual Walker's Bluff concert series is here once again, just about.
The first concert is Creedence Clearwater Revisited on June 27th. The band was formed back in 1995 by former Creedence Clearwater Revival members Stu Cook and Doug Clifford. Now they're touring the world playing all the old hits.
And we're giving giving 4 lucky viewers a chance to see the band live in person. Just log on to WPSDLocal6.com, click on the blue contest tab at the top of the screen, and sign up for your chance to win 4 pairs of tickets.
We will announce the winners on Thursday, June 20th, right here on Local 6 Today.
In sports, the Southern Illinois Miners trying to make up for a bad loss this week.
Jeff Bidwell has highlights of their game against the Rockford Aviators.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff Bidwell. Coming up next in sports in a minute, Southern Illinois Miners trying to win their series with the Rockford Aviators. We got some highlights from Rentland Park. Coming up next in sports in a minute.
Well, even if you aren't in the pool this weekend, there are plenty of things you can do with those pool noodles. Our science guy Jason Lindsay shows us how to turn them into a marble run in today's Hooked on Science.
And learn more at hookedonscience.org.
Join Jason and a local kid scientist on Saturday during Local 6 Saturday morning. They'll do another experiment that might just get the whole family hooked on science.
Now, weather on the 6s.
Marissa, thanks.
More arrests have been made in this week's shooting that left a man paralyzed. We'll have the update after the break.
Plus, last month's pit bull attack that nearly killed an animal control officer in Illinois is sparking a new debate over gun ownership. Details are just ahead. It is 5:28, and you're watching Local 6 today.
Your breaking news and weather authority with Mike Mallory, Johnette Warwick, Marissa Hollowed, and weather authority John Champion. You're watching Local 6 today in high definition.
It's 5:31. You're listening to Neverland by FT Island. This is the English version of the opening song for anime Ozama.
You know, I'm not an expert on anime, but I think it's fun. I love to see the people dressed up, and the shows are great.
Yeah. So we've graduated from weird to fun. That's good.
On the 6s.
We'll see then, John.
All right.
Here's what's new this morning. 2 more people have been arrested in connection with a shooting that left a Missouri man paralyzed. Sykeston police arrested 17-year-old Maurice Hunt and 19-year-old Shaquille Sherrod yesterday as accomplices to the shooting. They are charged with assault, burglary, and armed criminal action. The arrest stems from a shooting at a home on Mary Street that happened on Monday. Police responded to the scene around 1 in the morning and found a 35-year-old man shot in the back. When he woke up 2 days later, he pointed out Devontae McClinton as his alleged shooter. All 3 men are now in custody this morning.
2 high school football players convicted of raping a 16-year-old girl last year in Ohio could get classified as sex offenders today. A hearing is scheduled for today in Steubenville as a first step to transfer them to a facility that works with sex offenders. A judge initially sentenced Trent Mays and Malik Richmond in March to time in the juvenile detention system. The teens are convicted of raping a girl after a party.
Looking at what's happening now, animal control officers in Williamson County want the right to carry guns while on the job.
They say their safety is at risk. Now, last month, a pit bull attacked an officer and bit him several times, nearly killing him. A witness to the attack shot the dog to death, but that prompted the group to ask Williamson County commissioners for gun approval.
And if it's approved, animal control officers would have to take the same 40-hour gun safety course as police.
I'm a firm believer in giving them the tools that they need to do their job.
Not all commissioners are on board with the plan.
Commissioner Brent Gentry says that officials should consult with the county's insurance agency and the state's attorney before they take a vote. A debate is brewing between the U.S. House and the Senate over revising the Farm Bill. There's a significant gap between 2 proposed versions. Legislators passed an extension of the original Farm Bill last year during the fiscal cliff fiasco. The Senate passed its version on Monday, and the House plans to vote on its version next week. For now, they both agree on cutting direct subsidy payments, but experts say there's a payoff that farmers may like.
In exchange for that, some strengthening of crop insurance and some revenue and price support protection, reduction in direct payments.
That would be no problem for me these days because the prices are pretty good. We have better grain prices than we used to have back several years ago.
The biggest debate about the Farm Bill is bound to be over food stamps. The Senate version cuts $4 billion, and the House could cut as much as $20 billion from the program. And now to what's happening next. The Interstate 24 bridge in Massac County is about to get a makeover starting next month.
Illinois Governor Pat Quinn approved the project to repave and repair the structure. The $2.1 million project is part of Governor Quinn's $31 billion Illinois Jobs Now program. An announcement from Quinn's office says that Halverson Construction Company will repave the bridge and provide necessary repairs.
Construction is expected to start in mid-July and be completed sometime in October.
Now, weather on the 6s.
5:30.
Thanks, John. On our Facebook fan page this morning, we're letting you brag about your dad. Why is your dad the greatest dad in the world? Tell us. Join the conversation on our Facebook fan page. We'll share your thoughts next. We have a bragging battle happening on our Facebook fan page this morning, and we love it. That's because it's about dads, and we're asking you why your dad is the greatest dad in the entire world, and here are some of your reasons. Michelle Waldrum says, I feel my dad is the greatest dad just for being there for me and my mother. Most people don't even stay married these days or even raise their kids for 23 years. He tries to give me so much better than he ever had. Mike Burns says he took me fishing, and that was always my most favorite thing to do. Amazing what you learn when you go fishing with whoever the buddy that's with you. It's even better when it's dad. And Tiffany Lane Hawes says my dad is the best because of many reasons. He's been in my life for 24 years and has always put my sister and I first on his list of priorities. He'll give his time and his last dime to help us, and he is very proud of his girls. Love hearing about dads. Make sure to keep those comments coming this morning, and we'll share your thoughts ahead on Local 6 Today. Now we'll look at what's trending on Twitter. Man of Steel and hashtag Superman, both trending this morning. The latest Superman movie opens in U.S. theaters today. The film has already set a new box office record overseas, including in Taiwan and the Philippines. Looking forward to seeing that. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at WPSD Local 6. Mike Johnette.
You are watching Local 6 Today, and Weather Authority John Champion's in next with your weather on the 6s.
And then Jen King will have this morning's business briefs.
Fake grass is growing in popularity as more homeowners look to keep up with the Joneses. And Warner Brothers looks to follow Disney with superhero box office hits. Man of Steel hits theaters today. I'll have more coming up in the Bloomberg Business Report.
On our Facebook fan page today, it's all about dad and bragging rights.
Yeah, tell us why your dad is the best, and we'll maybe read your thoughts a little bit later. You're watching WPSD Local 6 Today.